Okay, you're surprising us.
I like to make an entrance.
Creative entry.
That's me. Hi everybody, sorry I couldn't see you yesterday. This is the original Peter. I was detained. This is Peter Lacey, he has hair. This is Ali Aladib.
Hello everyone. Just a minute please everyone. If we can have some silence. السلام عليكم. أرجو من الجميع بعض الهدوء لبدء الورقة. شكرا جزيلا.
I'm an ex-teacher, so I'm quite used to people talking. In fact, you've got to be careful because I might pull you to the front of the stage and ask you questions. So perhaps it's better to be quiet. So yesterday, I believe that the slide thing doesn't work. Just go to the next slide. Go ahead. Whoa, I'm going too quickly. Yesterday, we were talking about innovative schools, and we wanted to show you a video. And we're going to start today's presentation with that video.
My name is Terry Storer and I have the honour of serving as Director of Al-Sahwa Schools here in Muscat, Oman. Al-Sahwa Schools is a school of 1,100 students, mixed gender boys and girls, serving mostly the Omani population of Muscat. The school was founded almost 30 years ago and we're now a 3-program IB World School with full CIS accreditation. Google Education for us has been central to what we've done for a number of years here. We're a Google reference school and we've partnered with Acer Chromebooks over a number of years now. That partnership proved particularly fruitful during the pandemic when our students were not only prepared but thrived in an online environment.
مرحبا السلام عليكم يعطيكم العافية. Basically الفيديو عم لكم انه الصحوة سكول طبعا كلكم من عمان بتعرفوا قديش مهمة، صار لها 30 سنة بسلطنة عمان وعندها 3 مناهج الاي بي والانجليش والامريكان. وحلاوة صحوة سكول من قبل البانديميك كانوا عم يستخدموا الايسر ديفايسز والكروم ايكو سيستم مع جوجل. فرح تفاجئكم انه وقت صارت الكرايسيس، صارت الكورونا، جائحة كورونا، كيف استفادوا انه هن اوريدي كانوا بلشين مع جوجل والكلاس روم از جوجل.
As a school, we found one-to-one with Chromebooks, really useful across the whole school. We have them from grade 4 all the way up until grade 12. And having one-to-one just makes it so much easier as a school to manage in terms of safety, in terms of sending out apps. And what I really do love about
طبعا الشغله الحلوه بالصحوه سكول وقت عملوا هالخطه هاي صاروا 1 ل1، صارت المدرس مع الطالب كل طالب، واستخدموا الاجهزه من الدور الرابع، الفصل الرابع للصف ال 12. وحلاوه ايسر الديفايسز بلشوا يحكوا انه قديش قويه وتتحمل، لانه هي شغله مهمه دائما الطلاب تعرفوا زتها بالشنطه بالسياره بالصف بكذا، فهي شغله من الاساسيات اللي بلشوا يحكوا عليها.
The Chromebooks is G Suites. It's like an anchor for everything we do. Very simple, very usable apps, and it's a good building block. And we found with students in school, they
طبعا بلش يحكي على اهم شيء بجوجل اللي زمايلي حكوا بيها بجوجل وزائد ليرن اي تي، اللي هي الجي سويت، اللي هي تدرس فصل من فصول جوجل، انه هي مثل الانكر، مثل مربط الفرس يعني باللغه العربيه خلينا نقول، انه هي بالتعليم بالصحوه.
You know how to use this, but even students also at home. And when it came to the school lockdown that we had, there was a real smooth transition into blended learning, online learning, and then bringing them back to school for hybrid learning.
وحلاوه الجوجل وقت استخدموها بالمدرسه صاروا الطلاب بالصف يستخدموها، ولحتى بالبيت ويدخلوا باللابتوب تبعهم يستخدموها عن طريق الجيميل سويت.
Teaching with Acer Chromebooks in the Middle East have become completely revolutionary for me as a computer science and design teacher. In the classroom, students are able to receive feedback instantly. I'm able to assess their work with such speed now, unlike before in the physical classroom. Students are able to use Google Meet to enter breakout rooms, where I can set up different activities for each student, scaffolding their work seamlessly and integrated with Acer Chromebooks. This has become so much easier. Google Forms, Google Jamboard are also able to be used, and in the pandemic, online learning, this was essential to the way we delivered our curriculum.
طبعا هذا مدرس من المدرسين اللي عم يشرحوا عم يقول لك انه اهم شيء بموضوع الجوجل كروم بوك اللي هي كلاس روم مانجمنت باي جوجل، انه هو المدرس اي غلطه اي شيء بالكلاس ممكن ينبه الطالب يعطيه فيدباك دغري، ما لازم يستنى لثاني يوم او لبعدين. وطبعا مثل ما شغله مهمه كمان بنفس الجوجل جي سويت، في الاكسل، في الوورد، في كل البرامج اللي هي بتسمعوا فيها بقلب الجي سويت، فعنده كل الاكسس الستودنت هو والتيتشر يتواصلوا مع بعض بالصف بنفس الوقت.
I've been using Acer Chromebooks for the past 6 years. At the very beginning, it took an adjustment, but then later on, things became much easier. The thing about Acer Chromebooks is that it gives easy accessibility to the Google Workspace. As a school, we've been using this platform for many years now, and it's made things very much easier for us in terms of communicating with students, posting assignments, and even with us teachers collaborating with each other. The beautiful thing about the Google Workspace is that we all can collaborate from different points within the school, or even when we were working at home online. It made feedback very effective, and not only to the students, but also to the parents. They had access to the Google Classroom.
طبعا شغله مهمه سمعتوها هون بالفيديو، انه مثل ما تفضل امبارح زميلي باسل حكى على جوجل الكلاود السحابيه، انه كل شيء موجود على الكلاود، فاي اساينمنت اي شيء الستودنت بيحطه ومن البيت ممكن يعمل له اكسس والتيتشر بيعمل له اكسس، فما لازم يبعثها دغري المدرس، ومن اي مكان من المدرسه من برا ايفن مسافر الطالب بحسن يشوف الاساينمنت ويشوف شو رد عليه المدرس.
Acer Chromebooks are essential learning tools for both students and teachers. As a digital design student, I found that having Acer Chromebooks is very useful as it is run by Chrome. Most design applications run on Chrome, which I find very convenient. Even during the pandemic, it was very hard to adapt. But with Acer Chromebooks, I found it very easy to have all of my applications such as Google Classroom, Google Meet, Google Docs, and all of the other Google-supported applications all under one button.
طبعا مثل ما شايفين هذا بروجكت كان كثير كبير، وامبارح انا بتذكر حكيت لكم على الانوفيتيف سكول، المدرسه اللي هي عندها احسن شغلات مع جوجل وايسر وبيعلموا المدارس الثانيه. طبعا هاي ما عملناها مع Can you go back to the slide؟ خلص اوكي. عملناها طبعا مع ليرن اي تي اللي هو الادوكيشنال بارتنر تبعنا، ومع شركه جوجل بنشتغل معها عالميا وخصوصا بالشرق الاوسط.
So I think the place to start when you're looking for a device or what kind of device you want to have in a school environment is have a look and see what other territories are doing. So I've just got 3 or 4 quick slides here that are going to show you what is the devices of choice across Africa, the Middle East and Europe. So basically a third of the world.
شغلة مهمة الطريقة التعليمية، أهم شيء وقت بدك تستخدم الجهاز بدك تتأكد أنه جهاز للبنية التعليمية. وهلا رح نفرجيكم معلومات عن أوروبا والشرق الأوسط وأفريقيا شو بيستخدموا وشو الأرقام عندهم باللابتوبس.
So if we have a look here, we can see this is over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, starting in 2019. We are looking at the market trends in the, as I said, Europe, Middle East and Africa. And I'm looking particularly at Chromebook, which is on the right-hand side here. And you can see that across the last 4 or 5 years, we've had 118, 228% growth. And then a dip in 2022, that's this year and next year. But that dip is off a very, very high base. If you look at the grey, does this thing have a pointer? Top one pointer. If you have a look at this little grey bit here, that is what the forecasted sales for Chromebook were before the pandemic. So you can see that the Chrome market in reality has grown in the region of 200 to 300% and will continue to grow at the same rate.
طبعا هي السلايد اللي شرح زميلي هي بتفرجيكم من سنه 2019 لل 2023 اخر 5 سنين قديش كميه المبيعات اللي جوجل كروم بوك انباعت. بتحسنوا تشوفوا انه بال 2019 قديش كانت صغيره وقديش صارت بال 2023. وممكن نقول انه 200 ل 220% زياده بكروم بوك اخر 5 سنوات شفناها.
Then if we move on and we have a look at the operating system, there's been a bit of an anomaly this year. If you have a look here, I'll explain that in 1 second. But if you have a look, we're now looking by quarter. So this starts about 2 years ago. The Chrome market, that's Chrome operating system, has been steadily increasing, somewhere between 24 and 30% market share quarter on quarter across the entire EMEA region. There is a small anomaly here because of one single Android deal, which if guys want to know the difference between Android and Chrome OS, Mr. Crosley over there will be happy to explain that to you. One Ministry of Education in Africa assumed that Android and Chrome OS were the same thing and purchased 750,000 tablets. So if we actually have a look at the Chrome market for quarter 3 of 2021, you've got to add the 13% and the 11% here. So it's around about 24% and consistently growing across EMEA.
طبعا بهالسلايد كثير فيها معلومات حلوه. عملوا ستدي الشركه اللي بيشتغل معها اللي هي فيوتشر سورس، عملوا الارقام اللي قديش عملتها الجوجل كروم والويندوز والاي او اس والاندرويد. بنشوف من سنه من اخر 4 كورتر كيف ارقام بالاخضر ارقام الكروم بوك عم ترتفع 22 21 30 ووصلت هون لل 24 25. بس الفكره انه ما مبين عندكم كله اخضر 24 لانه في مناقصه كبيره ربحوها بافريقيا كانت هي لازم تكون كروم بوك فغلطوا وراحوا للاندرويد. بس بيسكلي بتشوفوا قديش الارقام عم تكبر بالكروم وعم تاخذ من مبيعات حصه الويندوز وحصه الاندرويد والاذر اوبريتنج سيستم.
And then if we actually have a look at the type of device, okay, so what does the physical piece of plastic or aluminium that you're looking at look like? As you can see, you've got detachables, tablets, convertibles, and clamshells. Now, a lot of people confuse the current Chromebook, which we're going to see in a few minutes, with a tablet. It is not a tablet. It can function as a tablet. So you can see, and what we call that in the business is a convertible. And you can see once again the growing convertible market, okay, with Chromebook showing a 37% growth in that market. And again, this anomaly here of 23% for tablets is because of that one single deal that we had in Africa.
طبعا هي سلايد زميلك عم نحكي على اجين شركه فيوتشر سورس عملت دراسه بين اللابتوب اشكال لابتوب. هلا اخر فتره عم نشوف اللابتوب منه التابلت، اللابتوب اللي بتسكره هيك بصير مثل التابلت وبتكتب فيه. هذا دائما بدنا نفرق بينه وبين التابلت. هذا لابتوب نظامي بس تقلبه بصير كتابلت. طبعا بنشوف مبيعات اهم شيء اكثر شيء المبيعات باخر كورترين 4 كورتر هي اللي هي مبيعات اللابتوب اللي بيسكر 360 درجه. بنشوف من هون بلشوا ب 13% ماركت شير قبل 19%.
And the final one is just screen size. And I think the only important point to note here is if we have a look at screen size, 11 to 12 inch is dominating the market. It has dominated the market for since September, which is the start of the pandemic. So the predominant screen size, 11 or 12 inch.
طبعا بهالسلايد عملوا دراسه كمان ليشوفوا اي اكثر انتشارا ومبيعاتا باحجام اللابتوب السكرين سايز. ببلشوا من 11 انش ل 15. مثل ما شايفين اخر 4 كورتر من اول ما بلشت البانديميك مبيعات ال 11 و 12 انش عم ترتفع اكثر شيء، بلشت من 44% up to 46%. طبعا المبيعات عندكم ال 11 و 12% 11 و 12 انش 89% ارتفاع المبيعات.
Peter,
Yes.
can I interrupt you?
Yes, you may.
Okay. So I would like to ask, previous slide please, and what does that mean? Like if we want to translate that to educators and schools, increasing the sale reflects what else?
Increasing
The sales of certain, like for example for the Chromebooks, what does that give you as insight?
Well, it's telling us basically what we theoretically all know in our heads. Kids walk around schools with a lot of books, workbooks, maybe some research books. They've got heavy rucksacks. So, what's a rucksack? I don't even know if that's I don't know if that's an English word. They've got heavy rucksacks, and what we looked at was how do we reduce the weight that kids physically have on their back. And through a bunch of research, by the way, these are all education numbers. This is not normal market, this is education market. Through a bunch of research, we worked out that actually they want a light device that is portable. And a couple of other things we're going to come to in a second. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, mostly.
طبعا زميلتنا ياسمين سالت سؤال حلو انه اذا شايف مبيعات ال 11 و 12 انش عم تزيد كثير شو بالكروم بوك شو عم تفرجيه؟ فنحن عملنا دراسه اجين بنروح نحكي مع المدارس ومع المدرسين. اليوم الطالب بفوت على المدرسه من الحضانه لصف 12 عنده شنطه فيها اغراض كثير وثقيله وكذا. فاليوم سمعنا منهم ان احسن شيء تكون جهاز صغير وقوي وبتحمل الصدمات وخفيف.
So we'll try and go through these slides pretty quickly because there's 5 or 6 of them. And I'm just going to focus on really the green stuff. In fact, I don't need to even focus on it. But yesterday, Ali spoke to those of you who were here about a few things that we've changed over devices over the years.
Let me say this. هدول السلايد رح نمشي فيهم بسرعة لأنه امبارح حكينا فيهم وبس رح نركز على نقاط صغيرة والأهم شيء.
So the only one I'm going to talk about here is what we've done this year for the devices that we're doing this year. And this is the antimicrobial design. And this is basically an antibacterial design feature that we have added to all of the Chromebooks that Acer is putting into the market.
شغلة من أهم الشغلات اللي عملناها السنة إنه كل اللابتوبس تبعنا من كل الموديلات عندنا شيء اسمه antimicrobial solution، يعني حماية للطفل وللمدرس. بوقت الكورونا عملناها وكل اللابتوبس هلا فيها موجودة.
Of course, you know, having military standard specs and having a device that can have a glass of water spilled over it for 330 mils are very important, but you can read that stuff. I don't need to tell you that stuff.
زائد شغلة واحدة من المهمة إنه كل جهاز نحن عندنا بشركتنا عاملين عليه تيست، الميليتري تيست تبع الجيش الامريكي، بتزته بالمي 330 سنتيمتر بتطلعه بيشتغل وضد الصدمات، وهي دراسه شركه ثالثه عملتها.
So one of the other big changes we've made is kids are quite, well, let's say they're not gentle with their devices in the classroom. So we've done a bunch of physical reinforcement. You can just see the green here, how we've reinforced for the convertible, how we've reinforced the screen so that the screens are not breaking apart. It was a problem we had previously, or the industry had previously. And secondly, we've reinforced the USB ports. You know that kids and teachers often put the USBs in upside down and they ram it in or they ram it out. Yeah, I can see an action. You must be a teacher then. They're pulling it in, pulling it out, and they're a little bit robust. So we've strengthened those two particular areas this year as well.
Okay, sorry, I'll do that. Ask something here to integrate both what Paul was saying and Peter as well. Okay, so you're giving almost, because I was translating, so I remember everything. You said safe, also affordable, and also durable. So it's resisting. Same thing was mentioned when Paul was saying about Chromebooks. So it's not only a system, is it also like features, like specific things? Whenever I hear Chromebook, I should be thinking of it, that it's durable device, easily starting time, and so on. You know what I mean?
That is actually a very good question. Every single Chromebook in the market is approved by the Google technical team. Okay, so it's not us who say, hey, this is cool and sexy, we're going to put it into the market. There's a full technical specification team at Google that approves every Acer device that goes out. So when an Acer device goes out, it has all of these Google required features.
سألت سؤال زميلتنا ياسمين انه ليش شو اهم صفة او الصفة المشهورة بإيسر كرومبوك وليش مهم او احسن شيء فيها. طبعا جاوبها انه نحن اي لابتوب بنبيعه كرومبوك اللي هو جوجل ما بنحسن نبيعه الا لما نرجع لجوجل والتستنج سنتر بيأكد انه هذا الجهاز ماشين كويس وعملي وما فيه مشاكل بعدين بنحسن نبيعه.
Right, we spoke about antimicrobial design, so I'm just going to jump right over this slide. All of these slides will be available to anybody who wants to see them later. I'm sure Tarek will organize that, so we can leave all the slides with him. We've covered a lot of this, so I'm going to go very quickly. There's three things that you want on a Chromebook. Okay? Preferably, convertible design, a world-facing camera, which I'll explain in a second, and a stylus. Why do you want a world-facing camera, and what does it mean? It means that when you turn your Chromebook into looking like a tablet, you as a student are able to look at the screen and the camera on the other side is focusing on what you are looking at. And a lot of people forget this. Chromebooks, you get Chromebooks with single cameras. They are available. But in an education device, you're looking preferably for two cameras.
You want to say the stylus, Ben? Sorry? You want to talk about the stylus? من أهم الشغلات بالكروم بوك الأجهزة إنه دائما نحن بنركز على الشغلة اللي حكينا لك إياها الكونفرتبل اللي هو بيسكر 360 درجة. وشغلة ثانية إنه الأجهزة تبعنا الكروم بوك فيه كاميرتين، أول كاميرا للمدرس أو الطالب يمسك ويقرأ، وشغلة ثانية يشوف الجهة الثانية أو يصور بالجهة الثانية بالكاميرا الثانية اللي برا.
Again, three more important features. When you buy a Chromebook, we had a discussion 20 minutes ago about somebody who was looking for a cheaper Chromebook. And we suggested a refurbished Chromebook because these are durable, they are long-lasting. A lot of people can go into the market. We were talking about Amazon, weren't we? Where you can purchase these devices, and they are cheap. They're good value. One of the issues that they'll have is that they'll be on an old Wi-Fi network, so they will be slightly slower. Because what is the entire premise around Chromebook is that it works online. So the new latest Chromebooks have Wi-Fi 6. Where's my little pointer? Wi-Fi 6. The other thing actually I've just seen now, all-day battery life. I mean, I think that's just obvious. The other thing that I didn't think about talking about was a 3:2 ratio. Now, it's difficult to explain. Hold on. Hold on. This carpet, can you guys see this carpet? Sort of. Yeah. Okay. This carpet is kind of like how you would watch a movie. Anybody watch Top Gun recently or go to the movie house recently? Okay. You see when the adverts are finished and the movie comes on, it goes wider and a little bit thinner. Okay. It's to give you that wide angle and that full visual effect on watching a movie. In a Chromebook or in an educational device, you need more space for writing if it's English. Or the classic one which I learnt in Jordan recently was a physics teacher who needed to do equations, and he needed physically more space. So a Chromebook that is 3x2 is thinner and fatter or higher. Does it make any sense, Ali? Good luck.
طبعا ثلاث اشياء لازم مهمه كثير. اكشلي حكى شغله لازم ترجم لكم اياها ما لها علاقه بالسلايد. دائما نحن هون بالسوق وبالماركت وبنسمع دائما بيقول لك حدا انه اشتريت جهاز رخيص ارخص من تبعك، جبته من امازون وكذا. دائما يعني اسمحوا لي بس شيء رخيص فيه مشكله. فدائما انت بتشتري لابتوب من ريسيلر من الموزع من الشركه الام بيكون مختلف فيه كل الفيتشر. فممكن مرات كثير تشتري جهاز يكون عنده القابليه القديمه تبع الواي فاي 5 فما راح يشتغل على 6 لانه مثل ما تفضلوا امبارح زملائي كلها اباوت اتصالات وكوجنيتيفيتي، فرح يكون عندك مشكله بالانترنت. شغله ثانيه مهمه السكرين سايز. نحن بكل اللابتوبس تبعنا الكروم بوك في زياده بالديسبلاي، يعني الجهاز راح يكون هيك في زياده 3 انش واصغر، فدائما المدرسين ممكن يكتبوا شيء او الطالب يشوف اكثر بالاجهزه بالتكنولوجيا الماضيه تبع العرض الشاشه.
It sounds like you did a great job.
Trying to.
I think I'd probably applaud that. I'm going to go through the next three pretty quickly and do 3 or 4 slides and then get Ali to translate all of them. Again, if I press the right button, it would help. We want products that are, I think yesterday Ali was talking about corporate social responsibility and thinking about the future of our planet. So our products are green packaged. When I say green packaged, again, Ali spoke about this yesterday, no plastic, all recycled, paper to actually make the carton. In fact, some of the cartons you can even use with the device. Ocean glass, so all of the, I keep pressing the wrong button, all of our touchpads are now made from plastics that are due to go into the ocean or on their way into the ocean. So they're collected within 50 kilometers of the ocean and we've recycled them and used them in our computers. Sorry, I'm going quickly. Recycle packaging. Yeah. Okay, I mean, I'm jumping over it and making light of it, but it's very important. TCO certification. It's a third-party certification and it talks to sustainability and environmental protection features. So you want to make sure your devices are TCO certified. Finally, that's TCO. Finally, EPEAT is again about the use of energy. Acer's stated objective by 2035 is that we will use 100% renewable energy in the manufacture of all of our devices by 2035. All right, Ali, have a go.
طبعا شغله حكينا فيها امبارح ومهمه كثير بايسر، يعني بقلبهم داخليا بالاوبريشن ومع الزباين دائما بنحاول البرودكت تبعنا يكون environmental friendly، يعني صديق للبيئه، لانه كثير من الاجهزه تبعنا نحن بقلب البوكس ما بنستخدم بلاستيك. ورقم 2 المحول والبطاريه بتكون ببوكس بوكس من الورق 100%. وشغله ثانيه اذا بتشوفوا السلايد اللي بالنص التاتش باد تبعنا بتيجي من البلاستيك بالمحيط. البلاستيك المحيط بيجي على الشط، ناخذ البلاستيك وبنصنعه وبنعمل فيه الماوس باد تبعنا. ومثل مو شايفين نحن كثير بنركز على البيئه، لحتى البوكسز تبعنا معمول من ورق 100%. طبعا في شركه ثالثه بتركز على حمايه البيئه اللي هي اسمها TCO. نحن مشاركين فيها وربحنا فيها كل سنه نكسب فيها، لانه نحن بنركز كل اجهزتنا وعمليه الصنع تبعنا مشان البيئه. وشركه ثانيه اسمها EBET كمان نحن كل سنه بنكسب معها، لانه نحن بالمصانع تبعنا بالطاقه نستخدم طاقه قليله كثير مشان ما تاثر على الاوزون بالبولوشن.
And that entire 30-minute presentation boils down to one slide. If you've got a camera, take a picture of this slide and this slide only. If you forget everything else, remember only this slide. This is the perfect Chromebook for use in an educational environment. We've talked about each of the elements on the left and on the right. We've talked a little bit about social responsibility and environmentally friendly, but that's what your device will look like.
طبعا هاي سلايد بتنهي المحاضرة اللي هي 30 منت وبتلخص المحاضرة كلها بهاي سلايد. هذا الجهاز اللي نحن هلا بالسنة 2022 طلعناه بعد 5 و6 سنين من سماع للمدارس وللمعلمين وللأولياء الأمور. فإذا بتشوفوا كل من رقم 1 لرقم 4 بالأخضر ورقم 1 ل4 كل شغلة كل سنة نزيدها لللابتوب للجهاز مشان يحسن الأداء بطريقة أو أخرى، يا للبيئة يا للمدرس يا للطالب.
Thank you very much for your time. I look forward to chatting to a few of you afterwards.
شكرا كثير لكم، نحن نكون موجودين، أي شيء بدكم تكلموا معنا إن شاء الله. Thank you.
Thank you so